Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How you guys doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I hope you had an amazing day so far. For some people, it's beginning. For others, it's coming to an end. And more than anything, some people it's a permanent end. And if you happen to be blessed for it not to be a permanent end, then you better jump up and dance on them feet and holler and scream and thank whatever you believe in for keeping you this long. Hey, Bench Thinker, how you doing? Good to see you. How was your day? How are you been? How have you been? It's always good to see you here. So, I'm going to be in and out today because I have some things that I'd like to do. Some loose ends I need to tighten up. And I know you guys understand that. So, two things that I want to get out the way. Um, Please consider following Be the Difference Clothing on all social media platforms, btdllc. And also, that's every platform you can think of. Here on YouTube, subscribe and like. Check out a few playlists if you'd like. And I'm also doing a book sale. Buy two books, get one free. Any one of these books you can purchase. There are four books that are on that are in paperback format. We have three on audio, and um, basically, when you buy two, you get one free by putting in the promo code books. Okay. I'm good. How about you? Hey Nicole, how you doing? We have a member. We have a member. And it's the resident member, Gary. Hey Gary. Hope you're doing well. Hope you can hear that. Um, so yes, guys, and then last but not least, feel free to like, subscribe, share, turn on your notification bells, and also give this video a thumbs up or down. Whatever you feel like doing is fine by me. It's up to you. Because I always like to say we have Be the Difference Clothing and Hello World would like for you to use your free will the way you would like to do. If no one understands free will, then at least you should. And people will contribute their energy to whatever you consider or address what free will should be. You know what I mean? Hey Charlene, how you doing? Welcome to see you. Good to see you. I said welcome to see you. Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. How was your day? I hope it was good. Um so let me tell you guys how my day was, and feel free to discuss amongst yourselves how your day was. Let me put the link in the chat too if you are interested. This is the link for the books. Oops, books. That's the link if you want to go directly and buy the books. I need to put something on the website too for that. But anyway, I woke up this morning. I went to work. Y'all, work lately has been really busy for me, so I haven't been able to like go on around the world as much as I'm used to doing. And also, how did you guys brave the day without Facebook or Instagram? How did you guys brave it? Did you have a hard time, or did you fall back and just enjoy the moments without that? Or did you just go on TikTok? For me, the only platform that worked was TikTok on my end. I couldn't get on LinkedIn, normally where I post things. I couldn't get on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All of that stuff was like a no go. for me. So the only thing that I was able to get on was TikTok. And I said, ding, ding, let me use that as an advantage and post something about my company on there. So I took that advantage and did it in the background, no problem. So, like, honestly, if it were not for my business, I would not be on social media. Like, I wouldn't be posting pictures of me. You would just see me as an icon. I would not be posting pictures of me. I wouldn't be updating you on where I am. None of that. You guys wouldn't even know who I am. I wouldn't exist to you. That's simple as put. I was always and still am a person that doesn't really like to post much. Mew Mew, how you doing? How you doing, Mew Mew? Good to see you. How was your day? How you feeling? I hope you're doing well. What I wanted to talk about today briefly, guys, was has anyone noticed the cost of food? Between last week and this week, prices have gone up from 20 cents to $2. Have you guys noticed that at all? I didn't know what happened until my brother called. I was a little upset because I wanted to contact folks. Yeah. Yeah, now I understand the power of having a phone number. Before I never really thought much about it because I was like, well, I can always hit you up on social media. So I don't need your information. I don't need your personal phone number. I was like, we can always communicate that way. That's how I always thought. But I was like, boy, was I wrong. When you have no social media and that's the only way you can contact people, is like, wow, you really can't get a hold of them. So I was like, okay, now I see. Doing good, thanks. Good to see you. Yes. So I that was the most important thing that I saw. And I said, Nicole, I was like, dang, I don't have any way of contacting Nicole. And I thought about you today because I was wanting to see how Gary was doing. And so I understand now the power of having a personal contact. But either way, these things are temporal. Like the social media platforms going down are very temporary and they can come back up within hours. But have you the time to spare for a couple of hours? I do. You know what I mean? That's all I have. But anyway, other than that, I was busy doing other things. I still have a checklist of things that I need to accomplish before the day is over. Um, and, taking care of business and stuff like that. Also, guys, has anybody, and I'm going to keep saying this, noticed the cost of food increasing? It's almost like, in my opinion, it's almost like we're having a food crisis. It's like either you have no food or you do have it, but now we're going to charge you way more. So you think twice about buying something. Like I was like, well, dang, I might become an instant no snacker. A bag of Funyuns, a bag of Funyuns, the real onion ring ones. That was like no more than two something. Today I was in the supermarket, it was 4.49. I was like, dang, y'all really don't want me to snack. A bag of Funyuns was 4.49. What is going on? Thank God I saved all your business cards. Yes, I'm still waiting on WhatsApp offline. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was able to contact people through WhatsApp today. But like, do you think that this is going to be a fixed price? Because food is going up like gas prices. I was driving through a town yesterday in Jersey City, gas is like 3.12 maybe. And this other town I was driving through was like 3.40. You crush us with imminent death, then you crush us financially. And I mean, I'm talking primarily to people who are middle class, pretty much middle class. Because if you're below middle class, you're being taken care of by the state. You're basically a ward of the state for whatever reason. And if you were ultra rich, doesn't matter. Everything is still a penny. But if you're in the middle class, you pretty much make just enough to buy groceries and pay whatever expenses, hopefully pay whatever expenses you have, and maybe have a couple dollars left for enjoyment. But now those couple dollars that used to be for enjoyment now have to go towards an expense, i.e. food or overhead. Hey, BM, how you feeling? How's everything going? Crude oil is 7 times more than before in the US. It pushes up oil prices. Hey, Wellness with Frugal Mama, how you doing? Good to see you. And why do you think they're pushing up crude oil? Let's get to the bottom of this, get to the thick of it. Why is crude oil going up so much? It's not like there's, in my opinion, going to be a vast, like we're going to use it all up because somehow they're going to just squeeze it out of somewhere else. What is the fight? Who are the people that are fighting amongst themselves? And ultimately, we are the victims of their fight. When are we going to get sick and tired of always being the victims of other people's fights? And it's usually not a group, it's not a large group of people, it's like a small group of people, maybe 50. And the rest of the population has to suffer from 50. Why? OPEC? What's that? OPEC? Girl, you don't have to explain that to me. Sooner or later, I'm just going to be like, bunk all that. All I need is water and maybe a piece of bread, something to make my teeth work. It's just it's sickening. To me, it's very sickening how people have allowed money, an inanimate object, to rule human the human race. It doesn't even give life like how maybe a gold bar can or like a silver bar can, because that actually comes from the earth. But money that ultimately really has no value. But yet millions of people bend down and fall for it. And it doesn't breathe. UK, my mom said food prices going up. Yep, water and bread and maybe a bit of cheese. Hey Melissa, how you doing? Good to see you. We just having a little quick conversation. So instead of us focusing on the latest trends that have nothing to do with our lives, food, that is part of survival. That has everything to do with our life or lives. We need to focus on those things. See, we're so easily distracted that we forget about the things that keep maintaining us. I just could not believe it. I was like, okay, usually, yeah, everything is on sale. You get your little weekly sale. Even the weekly sale section didn't have no weekly sale. $2.99 above. Name brand stuff. I said, wow. What's going on? What's going on? And how long will we be able to maintain and keep up with the flow until everything is broken? How much longer? We survived, or we are surviving, the biggest threat to the world to date. a pandemic called coronavirus. We are all surviving that. So we're not fully broken. When will the straw be broken? When will the camel be broken? When will we be at to the point where we're like, we can't just sustain this anymore. We've got to do something about it. When are we gonna come to that point? Or are we just gonna continue to be like, oh well, that's grooming of all aspects of life. Money represents status. Yeah. Venezuela is very different now. Really? How so? Because I know they used to be big on gas too. Tell me. Hey, Lucky Charm, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Mew Mew, what's going on with Venezuela? Is it good or bad? Because I need to know. Like I'm very vested and interested in humanity, right? But how can we continue to go and grow when we're gonna be starving or on the brink of it? Faith is what keeps me going. Babylon has fallen. Ooh, we have a member. We have a member. And it's Patty D. Patty D. Hey, Patty D. Blessed and highly favored. How are you? I'm good. Well, they knocked six zeros off our money today. Oh my goodness, they got money like that. You always make my day. Girl, I'm doing well, but now I'm like to the point where we need to start thinking like, food prices have gone up between 20 to 2 cents. I mean, 20 cents to $2. And I'm in the supermarket walking up and down almost every day. Sometimes it's like stuff I don't need, but I still be looking at the price and like, well, this was on sale last week for 99 cents and I want to buy it again, but not for no extra dollar. Would sue. And it really hit me when I noticed that for years, they used to have the regular, I guess, 3-ounce bag of chips for $1. They used to be able to buy it 10 for 10. I would always buy one. Now, instead of 10 for 10, it's $1.19. That's where I came up with the 20 cents and above. And then I was looking at what was usually on sale. There was some other items that were usually on sale. Oh, I was telling you guys earlier, Patty D, Funyuns. I said they're about to make me not be a snacker no more. Funyuns last week or 2 weeks ago was 2 for $5. Today is 4.49 for one bag. And by the time you open the bag, it's only this much in there. Hey Raymond, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm good. Girl, isn't that shameful how high the prices? Yes. Even the things that I buy, it's just expensive. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna buy vegetation from now on. That's it. Because that's about the only thing where I'm seeing any type of savings. I mean, that's what I eat normally, but all this other stuff, I'm not doing it because I'm in any type of lack. I'm doing it because I want to be out of the idea of having lack, right? I want my money to be tripled and quadrupled. I don't want to survive. I want to be okay. I want to thrive. And in order to do that, I have to be careful with what's going on and mindful with how about this? I just need to be more mindful with what's going on. And when I see certain things, I'm like, what's going on with that? And why? I said, first, we definitely have food shortage and prices stay the same. And naturally, just to keep people from buying and overbuying, you pump up the prices and then they go back. But now we have ample amount of food, but the prices are high as ever. So I'm like, I guess the test is, oh my goodness, guys. Oh, it just hit me. I guess the test is to see how far we as humanity who don't believe we have power but don't have authority, how far we'll go before we break and band together. I believe that's the true test. I believe that's the truest test there is. They did it to us in 9/11. We band together, then we broke apart, fell apart. They did it to us for the pandemic. We band together isolatedly, and now everything's back the way it used to be. We banned it when, guys? I think that is the test. I think that is the test right there. The test is, will humanity ever come together and one accord to fight back? Well, not necessarily fight back, but to have a stance together. That is the test, guys. And it just hit me. It's not about dividing us as much as we divide ourselves. It's when will they sit together and be like, come on now, let's have a real something? When will it be the citizens versus the state? I'm not trying to arouse any type of alchemy or anything like that. But it just it dawned on me. It dawned on me. When has it ever been where it wasn't a big thing about humans and the interactions? We've never successfully banded together for any amount of time on any specific topic for more than maybe a month. We still never saw change, but we just went back to normal. That is the error that I believe is trying to be fixed. Oh my goodness, y'all. Y'all get it? Does it make sense to you? Hey, at it again, media. How you doing? Welcome to Hello World. The food can't get to the stores due to worker and trucker shortage, causing prices to rise. COVID playing a part too in high prices. Positive stands, yes. But Lucky Charm, we established that all of the food truck workers are moving to Amazon. They're going to work at Amazon. Amazon gets from the same suppliers too. So I guess now Amazon is going to deploy, now that we have the monopoly, we will deliver to your X, Y, and Z supermarkets and make a deal that way since all of the truckers want to work for Amazon. Eventually, it's going to become one. Guess she's having tons of light bulb moments. I'm just saying, like, if you think about it, like these are things for us to think about it. Whether it holds true or not, we don't know. But it certainly does make you be like, hmm, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? That's what I believe and why I started my channel to encourage people to share and give moral support to each other. Amazon Fresh is popping up everywhere. My friends are truck drivers and they tell me all the time the products in the port and they can't get to it and deliver to the store. Yes, lucky. And I seen something on TikTok where there were shipments that needed to be shipped and they told the people to not even move them. I saw a video like that too. So Amazon is holding up our supplies. It's This is crazy. This is crazy. So who want to get their CDL? Who wants to work? And truck drivers make a ton of money. Some truck drivers can make $1,500 in 2 or 3 days. That's more than anyone on a regular 9 to 5. So don't knock that hustle. Get your CDL. What is it? A 6-week course, a 3-week course? Get your CDL and get to work. Now, who hiring? What export import trucking company is hiring outside of Amazon? Hmm? Now they downplaying us with the surviving of the fitness. Listen, At It Again Media, again on TikTok. One of our very own YouTuber friends posted a video where they were in Walmart showing like 3 racks of survival kit food. Survival kit food where it can last you up to 40 days. I thought that was interesting. I don't remember what town he lives in, what state he lives in, but I thought that was very interesting to see. He was like, Does any of the other Walmarts have survival kit food shelves of it? Any of y'all see that? I haven't seen that yet. But then again, I haven't been in Walmart in a minute. So my truck driver friends told me by the time they get the shipment from the port, the items are spoiled or expired. You have a CDL? Oh, so you're a truck driver. It costs 2 to 3K to get it. To get the CDL license? Sure, well, that's like going to college. Less than that. That ain't nothing, y'all. That ain't nothing. They've been advertising thing on Facebook. Advertising what? MRE are big. Oh, slap. Lucky, you talking about that survival food? The MRE? My mom said UK doesn't have enough drivers and government says that's why things are getting expensive. Ooh, we have a member. We have a member. And it's the V. We got the V, we got the V, we got the E. We got the E, we got the E, we got the R. We got the R, we got the N. We got the N, we got the N, we got the E. We got the E, we got the E, we got the S. First junk closet, the YT chair leader. Hey girl. I just saw something on the news which was a bit disturbing. What did it say? That could be true. The food we are getting are the worst I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. What did you see, Burns? Listen, y'all, we need to figure this out. Lucky Charm, what is MRE? Are you talking about the survival food? This is like, I have a class B. I have to take 3 exams to get your A class license. I can drive coach, Greyhound, Coach USA, or public transportation. So you need what to be able to drive a truck? Question mark. I grow your own produce and herbs and stock up when I see sales. I have chicken and eggs. You lucky. That's why your name Lucky. Meals ready to eat. Lord have mercy. The US is going bankrupt. Military and social security checks may stop. Oh. Well, I could see that one coming, Verns. That junk don't surprise me at all. Remember how they were giving out trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars for this pandemic? Like that was already enough. Like we haven't been backed by gold since whenever, 1970. Like, I could see that coming. I'm not disturbed about that at all. I mean, I could so I was like, where you getting all these trillions of dollars? You just handing out money like nothing. You printing paper for no reason. Hmm. That's it, y'all. That's it. The pandemic was meant to bankrupt us. I believe it now more than ever. You can't and so many people that I follow that are like economists, and also just like, these ultra rich people. They've been saying, like, start putting your money in different places, start saving up hard cold cash for times such as this that Verns is just talking about. And when the news say something, then they just want us to heighten up and be like, get ready for it. Hazelnut double trip and road skills. Getting lots of messages. They print it but where's the goal? Exactly. Ain't no goal. They don't have not a daggone goal. They don't have not a daggone goal, not nowhere. Hey Nina, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. We just having a quick little discussion. And I think I mentioned a few times, y'all, just hold on to something that you could trade, have something worth trading. And I ain't say this wasn't from my knowledge, it's from people that I saw. And I was like, well, they know what they talking about. Obviously, this is their area of expertise. And you don't have to tell me two times. You can just tell me one time. They said this back in 2020 when we were just hitting the crisis of everything about to shut down. You see that? When everything was about to shut down, they were talking about, oh, have some liquid, have some stuff that you can trade off because eventually all this gonna go away. I was like, okay, I'll be prepared. I think it was meant for us to open our eyes to get involved and stop letting these folks make decisions. Exactly. But Patty D, when are we gonna let this? When are we gonna take our rightful birthright? When are we gonna do our birthright and be like, we are more than conquerors? When? How much further? It's always been about unity. When are we going to really, for real, unite? When we won't allow ego and pride to be like, well, let me be the leader. When I saw this movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it was free on YouTube. Um, it was like after the storm or something. I don't remember, but basically it was like a community of people. One family was stocking up and they had stocked up, they had enough stock for days. They had their ammunition, they had medical supplies, they had food supplies. And the husband was like, no, we shouldn't let nobody come in. But everybody was starving. Turns out they got robbed because somebody showed the storage or somebody got wind, they got robbed. It was like a plague had hit the whole town. The plague hit the whole town, and they were the only ones that had all these supplies. So they became the new world eventually. But it was amazing how people, instead of like living off of what was there, where there was enough, it would have been enough for everybody to survive over time. People just ate everything up like it was no tomorrow. Robbed the people and ate everything up. Robbed them of their medical supplies and took everything. So then they just had the bare minimum. I was saying that to say that when will humanity realize it's so much easier we all work together, right? What if somebody had a big plot of land and everybody pitched in to plant one seed? Y'all seen my garden? Y'all seen my garden? A couple of seeds bore all of this fruit and, well, all these vegetables. In the late 60s, we fought the civil rights We were united. Today we are fighting for those same things. But exactly. When will we and I learned this in another chat. When will we start? I can't get the words right, but they were saying that history doesn't repeat itself or something like that. I don't even want to say it because it's not the way I'm thinking about it wasn't right. But it's pretty much we haven't set a mark yet. We haven't changed the course of nothing. We haven't changed the tide. But we can. Right now is the best opportunity to. But when are we going to break and then conform with each other? When are we going to let that pride just all the way break, that ego break? Now one of us is above the other. Girl, say it again. Let me see what lucky. Yep. Hi, life's magical journey. How are you? Welcome to Hello World. Laverne's, the expiration date will expire. Do you remember the story of the stone soup? That is what we need to do. No, I don't. I've never heard it. I don't think. They say history repeats itself. You see now I at it again. You see now why I don't believe in the calendar anymore and why I don't believe in time anymore. You see now why, right? You understand now why, right? Because that's been history. Now I understand why I don't celebrate holidays no more. Because it sets the tone of what you're supposed to think you're doing. I just want to live. I want every day is a holiday for me. Every healthy day is a holiday for me. And I'm going to try my best. Like conversations like this will help keep me grounded and being appreciative of every day that I have, every healthy day that I have. That is why we are repeating it again. I don't have no calendar, y'all. I done forgot what day it was a couple of times. Not today, but like I just been like, what? What's today again? I even guys, remember how I was talking about how we should switch up our routine? I did. I went a different route today. I drove a different route. And I said, wow, I just changed the course of the rest of my life. Or at least today. That's big. Throw away your calendars. Start relying on nature more with the seasons. Get to know what the seasons are, what they truly are. It's not far-fetched. Somebody calculated, oh, let's put 31 days here, let's put 29, let's put 30 here, let's put 27 here. Somebody did it. Why do we have to continue to be on that routine? Why? Who said that that was God? Who said that that had to be the precedent of how we live our lives? We as melanin people have to believe that the bigger picture is to drag us to the poorhouse with no direction and resources. Interesting. Yes, this time literally doesn't exist as we know it is true. Stone soup is a tale from the old days. The village was in need of food and community. A peddler came to town with a stone and a pot. He went into the town square and pretended to cook soup, going, hey, we have a member, and his books, floors, and stuff. Oh, you're buffering? That's so true. When you can be in the flow of the moment, everything is perception. And for a long time, oh my goodness, y'all, from the time we were children up until whatever, when we were taught that it's no longer to have an imagination, that is when we got stuck in a routine. when our imagination was told that we should stop and grow up. That's another thing too, y'all. We need to start imagining things again. Maybe then we'll have more faith. Mm. He sniffed the pot, and the townspeople started to watch him. Then the people from the village ran home and brought an onion, and then they brought a carrot and brought seasoning. Finally, the whole that is so dope. The Peter Pan syndrome. Yes, imagination leads to creation. Soup, when they came together as a group, fed everyone. Yeah, and too, Lucky, if you look at some of these cooking shows, I call them cooking shows, but they're cooking shows from villages in like India. They're so dope and fascinating. Like they utilize so much more of their time, and it takes a whole day for them to make food. And they do everything by hand, and it's like, yo, that food probably tastes so good, and it's probably so natural and healthy, and the whole town feeds off of that one feast. Start imagining again, using your imagination, people. Start using your imagination. Don't worry about, well, December 31st, because they only trigger us into believing that it's going to be another year. Start imagining how you want to see tomorrow to look like. Start imagining what you consider what a year may look like. And start envisioning, like, for real, we need to get back to those some of those childlike ways when kids were more free than an adult. Now you understand, kids are more free than an adult because their imagination is still fluid. They still, to some degree, have no boundaries. While we may set boundaries for them, their imagination is still running wild. They are dreaming and they're speaking things into existence and they're believing that. But as an adult, we quench those fires and we get 9 to 5s. And we start to say, oh, wealth is, oh, having a life is. Do you believe in magic? Of course you do. Stop worrying about next month. Stop worrying about when Thanksgiving is. Be thankful today. Be thankful for your family because you don't know who's going to be at that Thanksgiving table. You can plan whatever you want. And I'm not saying there's not anything wrong with planning, but you can plan whatever you want, but those plans may not even come to fruition. But today is coming to fruition. So you might as well start being creative, reigniting those creative juices and that imagination that used to flow so fluid and made so much sense and was actually creating something great. Kids were more united than when they became an adult. Now, if we could only take those restrictions off of our children, within moderation, you know what I'm saying? There always has to be like, I believe there's always a time where you have to say stop and there's a time to go. I understand the limitations. I understand that. But we do need to do things different. I jumped off of that hamster circle and I want to see what life looks like. What life really looks like when I'm actually in control of, or somewhat in control of, coloring the picture or coloring the lines, creating something. Guys, this is so deep. It's deeper than I thought. Mm. Why have I not been on this channel? Oh, yes, we have. Here it takes all day to make ground corn, but tastes like dry cardboard. It's very special. Yes, sis. There's only the present moment. Lucky Charm is called potluck. Everybody fellowship. Although, if we're gonna be potlucking, I don't know how y'all do, but I'm gonna need some hands to be. I'm gonna need to see some hands washed before you touch anything that's potluckable. Okay. I mean, I could imagine you, but I don't know. Some people believe in, well, I P ain't touched my. Yes, it did. The essence did. So I need to see some hands washed. I need to see some hygiene before we potluck it up. Cause I'll be watching you. Soon as I hear a cough, I'm like, did they cover their mouth with what? The sleeve or the hand? And what did they do after they did that? Okay, so before we potluck it up, we need to have some ground rules. Hygiene is most definitely. And I'm not talking about no hand sanitizer. I'm talking about some soap and water. Not no antibacterial soap. I'm talking about some regular soap and water. Okay? And then we could potluck it up. And I'm gonna need to see how you wash your utensils too before we potluck it up. And once I see that, then we good to go. Okay, we can sit and chat and chat. But also keep your mouth closed when you're chewing because I don't want none of your food flying on my plate. And then we could potluck it up, okay? Those are just my little restrictions. They church until 2 a.m. The Kojic. I'm tired. Oh, wait, you at church right now? Plant and grow. You grew up Kojic? Oh, Lord. Yuck. That's what I'm saying. Soap and exactly. I don't want to see no antibacterial nothing. Cause y'all gonna put that right back into our water supply, then we gonna end up drinking it. Mm-mm. No, thank you. Just use some soap and water. It got us through. It got us through the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, the 80s, the 70s, the 90s. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? It got us through. Soap and water. All of a sudden now we got a new market, antibacterial. Bunk all that. You want to put a chemical on top of some somewhat soiled hands. So now, make that make sense, please. Now your fingers, now people wonder why their fingers get all discolored and extra dry. You put all that alcohol in it, now it's in your bloodstream. Hmm. Kojic, I think is worse than Pentecostal, right? Or is as bad as Pentecostal church. They be in church from morning till, and then afterwards they have a dinner and it be some fried. You smell it in chicken. You smell the kitchen. That's when you know service about to be almost over. You smell the fried chicken, some cornbread, string beans with turkey neck. I done passed out and ate. uh, I'm studying with online lectures for biology so I can understand it. Yes, please do. Church of God in Christ. That's what that means. But it's the same type of thing like the Pentecostals do, right? They stay in church all day and like shouting. Baptists do it too. Oh, that's what. Oh, you wanted to know what the acronym meant. Okay, my bad. Yes, cornbread with some butter on top of that while it let it melt. Not that fake butter, but not margarine, but real butter. You know how you put a little poke in the top of that and let the butter just seep through? When you bite, it's just like oil just running down your chin. Y'all making me hungry. Pentecostal music and food was great for me when I was young. Hey Afro, how you doing? Ooh, y'all making me hungry. 49 minutes. We got to go, y'all. I'm hungry. Now I want some real food. I want some real food. What is real food anyway? Mm. You know what I'm gonna need to do is cut up some garlic Imma cut up some garlic and some red onions, and Imma saute that thing together. Y'all, I'm having pizza again. I know, shame on me, causing myself to have a sinus infection. I know good well. I know I shouldn't, but I'm doing it, and Imma pay for the price. I know, and Imma complain all up and down the street. But I figure I can kinda cut it by putting a whole bunch of garlic and onions in there to kinda cut the cheese and the dairy a little bit, right? Or am I wrong? Probably wrong, but oh well, it sounded all right to me. Mm, mm, mm. Virtual now. Oh, my bad. I ain't mean to I hope I didn't disrespect the whole culture. You hungry now, right? That cornbread did it. That corn, and I don't really eat cornbread that much, but I mean, like, I can just envision, like that square of butter. When they cut that square butter and then somebody got the little hole on top, right? You stick, all right, first you glaze, right? You put the fork because you don't use a knife. You use a fork and you glaze the top of that cornbread just out, and then you dip the rest of that butter in that little hole that you made with your finger or your thumb, and you let it melt and marinate. And if that cornbread was dry, it's not dry anymore. It's moist. And when you bite into it, your fingers be buttery. That's where you probably got buttery fingers. And I want everything too. I want the collard greens with the turkey neck. All the stuff I don't eat. Y'all making me want some. Hey Quentin, how you doing? I do, but I don't eat it. Well, do I do? That's also because I'm organist. Oh yeah, you in there all that. Hmm. And that fried chicken, oh my goodness. It be burnt to a crisp, but it for some reason it tastes so good anyway. And the meat still be soft and just oh gosh. Oh, and the mac and cheese. When they make it right, when that mac and cheese be made right, oh my goodness, and sweet potatoes and the yams taste just like candy. Whew. Mm-mm-mm. Just got over COVID. What? I'm glad you're feeling better. Mr. Rell here. Hey, Mr. Rell, how you doing? Quentin, I'm glad you survived. I'm glad you feeling better. Yes, I'm glad. I've changed to plant-based butter and it's just as good. The plant-based butter do hit good. It's just the cheese and that other stuff I can't get down with. It's like, y'all, I went and bought me a plant-based last night. I went and bought a plant-based chick buffalo chick pizza. The cheese didn't melt and it caused instant like whatever. Yes, so that means our work should be the same, huh? But they want to add more duties for the same pay. Wait, what y'all talking about? Yeah. It's a lot of we gotta keep each other lifted up. It's a lot of people going through a lot of illnesses right now. Oh, Books is basically butter without the butter, without the cow in it. So you can go to the grocery store and the plant-based butter is right there. It do taste good. They got plant-based butter with some oil in it. I like the plant-based butter. It don't do me no bad. It never did me no bad. So yeah, when I had that buffalo chicken, I was like, man, it didn't the cheese didn't melt. And I felt like I didn't cook it long enough. And it was already cooked because the cheese that didn't melt was turning brown. And whatever that chick fake chicken was. I don't know what if it was tofu or what. I don't know what that junk was, but I was like, no, I rather just eat the regular pizza. At least the cheese melt. What do y'all suggest we can do to educate people on what is going on, how they can survive this? At it again, media. We just gotta talk about it in our channels and keep thinking. That's what we need to do. And then also, since the truck driving thing, people who may be looking for work, maybe throw that suggestion out. Like find different ways where they can get a CDL license, contact your state or contact these companies. Maybe, see if they would be willing to train you and pay you. Since they're in dire need to get people, maybe they might pay train. You never know. Black bean chips, white bean. Oh gosh, y'all, and I want the dip to go with it. All right, Mew Mew, good to talk to you. That's what we could do at it again. Just keep the conversations alive. Keep people like perked up, like, yeah, this junk ain't right. Like yoke people up a little bit. We gotta yoke each other up sometimes in order for us to really like think about like, yo, this junk is not right. It's not making no sense to have 50 people run the entire globe. And I'm just saying 50 just because I need to have that imagination of how there's a billions of people. This is us, billions of people, and this is the 50 that still tell us what to do. Okay. hmm That's it. And these kids that are coming up, let's not squench or squash, or quelch their imaginations. Even though it may sound crazy to us, we should just let them keep on imagining and becoming what they see. Now, if you see that they're going wrong, like this one little boy that was talking about he want to be a murderer when he grow up, that's something we need to be like, wait a second. You understand what the repercussions of that is? And what made you want to think that? Like, what have you been watching? That kind of stuff need to be like thrown out. But as far as if their imagination is mommy, daddy, or whoever they're living with, auntie, uncle, grandma, I want to do this. You fully support that child. You fully support that child until they say, I don't want to do it no more. And even if you think it was a waste of time, at least they lived part of their destiny and part of their purpose. And then they understand at an early age what it is to have purpose and to feel okay to live and thrive in their purpose, even though it makes no sense to us. What sense should it make to us when it's not our journey? We're there to guide, not squeeze out the life. Just guide. Okay, you going a little too far to the left. Let me just show you to the right a little bit more. You gotta have great grades. Gotta. You better be the best sport. You gotta have all A's. You better decide to be a doctor because all of us were doctors. Guide. All right, Brian has a premiere at 11 p.m. I hope I'm up around that time, Brian. Thank you and shout outs to you. Thank you for stopping by and supporting when you can. Children are very creative. Shoot. I wouldn't be surprised if half of the inventions weren't from a kid and they were just patented by some adult who was too egocentrical or whatever, egotistical to give props to the kid so that they can have their money. Let me go to y'all because it is almost an hour and I need to go and eat. eat and make my lunch. Another thing, we need to vote. No way, that's not parenting skills. I don't live my dream, live yours. Yeah, but sometimes parents are raised in that type of mindset. So you only pass on the mindset that you have. You'd be surprised. A lot of other cultures force their kids, you must have A, B, and C's. No, I'm sorry. You must have A's, not B's. You must become an engineer. But like, when did the kid ever have an idea of what they might want to be? Maybe they just might want to be a manager at a supermarket or at a hotel or just a manager of a company. But yet they've been told that they must be a doctor. It happens far more than we know. Whew, y'all. I thought I would only be here for half an hour. But anyway, you guys are beautiful and amazing. There is no mistake about you. Every single thing that you have accomplished thus far, don't deny it. We can only grow when we learn. And you actually grow when you actually put the new things that you know into action. I appreciate you guys so much for opening my eyes and for giving me ideas and just teaching me things. I appreciate that. And I hope, I desire that humanity ultimately can become one. Even if we have little ruffles here and there. Like, I'm not saying a perfect community. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying we need to be able to be a little bit more cohesive so that so we have a backbone and 50 people ain't yoking the rest of the billions of people up. We realize it's only 50 and we stand taller than you and more strong than you. So therefore you must honor the things that we desire and stop holding us back and allow people to realize that your wealth means nothing to me, but my power is more than you. Mm. Hey, Willie, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. We leaving. Just think about it, y'all. Empowering each other is how we can really survive. But not only is it empowerment, we have to put the actions. I don't just do conversations, y'all. I actually do the things that we talk about. If you want to follow me on all social media platforms, follow me at btdllc. I try to put different content up on each of those platforms. And also, if you'd like to shop for any of these books, I'm doing a sale. Buy 2 books, get 1 free. The promo code is BOOKS, BOOKS. Buy 2, get 1 free. And I would appreciate your support in any way you can. And until we meet again, we are on episode 830. Halfway there, y'all. Halfway there to 1,000. Whew, I got chills just doing that, saying that actually. But thank you for being here, guys. And until we meet again, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I am signing out on another episode of Hello World.